All right. Well, I just got done watching the Seattle Seahawks completely embarrass themselves on Thursday Night Football. And if you are watching this video right now, you probably did too. Unless you don't have Amazon Prime, and maybe that's a saving grace, right? Not a lot of people saw what we did out there on the field tonight because not everybody has Amazon Prime. So not everybody could watch the game. But enough people saw it, and it happened. Even if nobody saw it, it still happened. And it's not okay, and it's not good, and we got some problems here. So I understand we got a rookie head coach, we got a rookie offensive coordinator. We're working through some stuff right now, but that does not excuse just how ugly that game got at, I'd say, most of the points. This video is powered by BetUS. More on them a little bit later in this video, but first, just to speak generally, look, I'm sure somebody this week is going to try to convince you that the game was competitive in the fourth quarter, so therefore it wasn't that bad. There's going to be somebody out there who says, hey, we got the game to within one score with the ball twice in that fourth quarter. We were in the game. We had a chance to, with one or two plays, go win that game. And I don't really buy it myself. I feel like the defense would have just given up more points if the offense of the Niners needed more points. But people are going to try to say that, and obviously that's technically true. But I am having a hard time getting over how sloppy and unprepared and seemingly unengaged this team was. Like, I did not see a team getting up for a divisional bout. Hated division rival, chance to seize control of the division. And I know the Niners have their backs against the wall too, but it's not like the Niners played some perfect game. I think Niners fans would even agree. They didn't play a perfect game. They left some stuff out there. The fact that you were able to get back into this game after 23-3 is a testament to that. But the fact that you could come out that lame, that pathetic, like they played soft. It was a really sad effort, I felt. And we're talking about this game, a primetime game at home against a division rival that is reeling. You got a chance to knock them out. You got a chance to land the final blow, maybe, or at least one of the final blows, maybe the penultimate blow. And you come out like that, 23-3. Can you name 3 Seahawks that played well in this game? I don't think you can. And it starts at the top. Like, the coaches are not exempt either. Like, McDonald, I'm not seeing anything from this defense, really, that I thought I was getting. Maybe there were, like, 2 plays where I thought he threw something exotic and tricky at Purdy. Tried to actually do something to that Niners offense that was in the realm of deception, trying to do something that would at least get Purdy off his spot and make him uncomfortable. But most of that game, soft zone, soft zone, soft zone. Four-man rush, just send the linemen and the edge rushers, drop everyone else back into zone. What are we getting into here? Like, we're going to lose games, that doesn't bother me, but why'd you go out like that? Why did you decide to play a game where you're playing a guy who you know how to beat him because you did it last year, and you don't even try to do the stuff that you did in that game? And I know he's missing players, I know he's missing some personnel, but you knew what you were getting into when this game started, right? It's not like you had anything going early in that game that made me feel like you had a good grip of how you were going to attack this Niners offense. So that's probably the most disappointing thing to me, but it does not end there. So anyway, this weekend we're going to have a lot of non-Seahawk football, which is nice. I kind of don't want to look at the Seahawks right now because they are so embarrassing, and I'd recommend you head on over to BetUS, throw down some wagers on some of the games that are going to be played this Sunday or Monday. Currently, you can use promo code YouTube150 to get a 150% deposit bonus on your first deposit up to $2,000 and a 125% deposit bonus on your next 2 deposits up to $2,000. So best online sportsbook and casino out there. They offer a lot of other perks. Check them out. One of the best ways to add extra enjoyment to your weekly football watching. So head on over, BetUS, YouTube 150. Check them out. Have some fun. Okay, so back to this game, this disaster of a game where, again, I understand the game got kind of close there at the end, but how can I take anything out of that when I cannot name 3 players on this team that I thought played well? And of the players who played well, you're probably looking at somebody like a Jason Myers, where, yeah, he made his field goals. Okay, woohoo. He didn't do anything hard. He made a chip shot and he made his extra points. I'm not pumped about that one. Even Dixon, I thought, had one bad punt in this game. I don't even think you can really put him in there. Chenault had the touchdown. And by the way, that's why the game was close. The game was close because Chenault had a kick return touchdown. You think that's going to happen again this year? You think that's repeatable? No. No, not at all. That's probably going to be the only one we have all year. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. So, I can't take away stuff from that because it's not like I think Chenault's going to do that every week now, or Chenault's going to do that 3 more times this year and it's going to flip a game. No. No, I have to be more annoyed because we got the kick return touchdown, which is kind of a fluky play, in a game where we still lost, so who cares? It's like you wasted it. I mean, as bad as the defense was in this game, I don't even know if you can really say the defense is why we lost. That's the thing, right? Like, the defense kind of played the way I expected. I didn't have high expectations for this D because they were missing some guys. And because I haven't seen it from McDonald and I'm not going to believe it's there until I see it. Of course, I'm going to be very, very annoyed that I didn't see it. I continued to not see it when I don't know what he's doing during the week to prepare for this game. I know you're missing a couple of guys, but do something that even partially emulates what you were doing last year in Baltimore when you beat the crap out of this Niners team. You took him out last year. You exposed Brock Purdy, ended his MVP campaign almost single-handedly, and all I see in this game is soft zone, 4-man rush with the front. There was like one play where we sent Rayshon on the blitz, and it actually worked, forced an incomplete pass. Maybe there was like 1 or 2 other plays where I saw something designed to try to deceive them, but boy, what are we getting ourselves into here? But again, really, I mean, the offense is the side of the ball that disappointed me. Like, I don't think I can single out a single player that played well. Or a coach. Like, Geno Smith, if anybody appreciates you on this website, if anybody appreciates you on the internet, it's me. You know, if there's one person in this world that appreciates Geno Smith and gets what he's doing, it's me. But you didn't do any favors for your team tonight. Lead the game off, second pass attempt, terrible interception. All you had to do was throw it away and kick a field goal, start the game off on the right foot. Final drive, and I know that second interception, some people are saying, oh, that was DK's fault, and maybe it was. I don't know, and I'm not going to pretend that I can guess. But either way, man, I mean, to me, that speaks to a lack of camaraderie and communication between the two players. So I kind of put that on both of them if that's the case, right? Like, I don't think you can boil that down to this guy's fault or that guy's fault. And DK certainly did not have a good game either. And this is starting to get frustrating because, you know, this is not what this team needs right now. Like, enough of the fan base has turned on Metcalf for stupid reasons. We don't need to give the fan base valid reasons to turn on you. You can't. The interior offensive line, an absolute joke. Like, the Niners have nothing up front in the middle. All their talent up front is concentrated on the edges. Bosa and, to a certain extent, Floyd. They have nothing in the middle, and you can't run on them. You can't make things happen in the middle of that defense. You're getting pushed around in there. How do you belong in the league? How do you belong in the NFL if you can't clear holes against that Niners interior? There's one play in this game in the first half. Geno Smith hits Ken Walker on a screen pass. Beautiful play. Going to easily pick up the first down. He's got 3 blockers in front of him. Laken Tomlinson's waddling his fat ass up the field like he thinks he's just walking around at the VMAC, I guess. Going to go get some Gatorade. And Fred Warner blows through Christian Haynes to make the tackle on a play that probably should have gone for like 30 yards. You get 1. I think it was like a 1-yard play. Because Christian Haynes can't get the block on Fred Warner, and Tomlinson's just strolling down the field away from the play, not realizing that, hey, if I hit this block, we're going to get a big play here. We're going to get the first down. We might get a much bigger play than that. So, Laken Tomlinson, you don't do anything anymore, man. You don't run block. You don't pass block. Nothing. Anthony Bradford, more bad reps. Cross, penalties. I think the penalty maybe wasn't really his fault, but I thought Cross just played an okay game. I'm really trying to sit here. Did anybody play well on offense? Maybe I would have said JSN, but then JSN had a fumble that almost cost us a chance at a miracle at the end of the game. So not him. I guess Noah Fant. I guess Noah Fant played pretty well. Just not good enough. And normally I'd say it's just one game, but this was a big game, people. This is a division rival at home. You knock them down here, they may not get up the rest of the season. 2-4 facing the Chiefs next week. That might be good night. No, you're going to let them get back up. And now whatever happens next week with the Chiefs, they're okay. They know this division is terrible. They just have to get some players back. They can make a run at it. Because the Seahawks aren't going to be posing some huge threat at the top. Just overall, really, really surprised at how soft the team was. I think that's the thing that bugs me the most. How many mistakes they made. How many obvious mistakes. Like D. Williams, you're fired. Like I wish I could fire you personally, man. You have one job on this team, and I've never seen a worse punt returner than you. Not only are you falling down and fumbling on a kick return in the end zone and then getting tackled at like the 9-yard line when you could have just taken a knee, but you should have fumbled the punt return. What? And you're not even getting up and trying to dive on the ball. You're just getting up. You think the play's over. You know it hit you in the thumb. You better thank the Lord that the referees didn't see that angle, because that was a fumble that should have been Niners ball, and you should have been 6 feet under the stadium when that game was over. As it is, I still want you 6 feet under. DJ Dallas looks like Tavon Austin compared to D. Williams. Get him off my team. Like that one sent me into the stratosphere. I don't stream these games most of the time. I don't stream watch-alongs. So you guys don't get to see how I react during the game. But when I saw him lazily get to his feet and watch a Niners player jump on that ball like it was nothing, when he knows he had the ball hit his thumb, whether or not the referees eventually saw it, that disgusted me, man. Yeah, defense, the linebackers, absolutely terrible. Dodson, Baker, I thought they both looked terrible tonight. Run fits, still terrible. No, nothing got fixed. No pass rush on Purdy at all. Not a bit. Maybe a handful of plays where you at least got a hit on him, but nothing really meaningful. Tackling. It's just everything's so bad. How did we almost win this game? How were we within one score in the fourth quarter? I don't get it. should have lost this game 40-0 the way most of this stuff went. Like, really, like I'm asking, I'm looking at these numbers, I'm looking at these stats, I'm thinking back to my memories of this game. I'm like, okay, you have a fumble and a kick return, which, by the way, kind of canceled out the Shenault kick return touchdown, so that's another reason to not even get excited about that. You had 2 interceptions by Geno, and generally speaking, not a very good game from Geno. That was maybe his worst game since he became the starter in Seattle, if we're being honest. Crap game from the offensive line. Nothing from the running backs. Really, really tough sledding for the running backs. You had a DK drop. You had a Lockett drop or two. You had the JSN fumble. I know it didn't really hurt us, but he still fumbled. You've got the defense not able to tackle. You've got 2 70-yard plus plays in this game. 2 76-yard plays by the Niners in this game. You've got Kittle with 2 touchdowns. How is this game close? Football's a weird game, man. And how much am I going to take away from the fact that this is a weird game? When I watched that game for 3 hours and I saw nothing really good, right? Even when we do something good, like the long DK touchdown with 4 minutes left, that maybe could have made this a little bit interesting. Ken Walker's lined up as a receiver on the other side, and he's doing like the icky shuffle. Why aren't you set? Like, at first I thought Geno snapped the ball too quickly, but then I see Walker over there just shuffling his feet like he's trying to get a penalty. And then a couple plays later, Walker's going to walk in for a free touchdown because they forget to cover him on the outside. Now, Geno's getting pressured. I understand that it's hard for him to see everything going on in the play, but like that was an opportunity. And even that stuff happens at the end of the game when the game's basically just, forget about it. So at that point, it just kind of felt like you were trying to stat pad because the odds of you winning that game at that point were so tiny. And the Niners, like, they had injury problems in this game too. Debo got hurt in this game. Kittle got hurt in this game. Aaron Banks got hurt in this game. Jordan Mason got hurt. Isaac Guerrero goes out there and goes 76 yards up your bum to seal the game. That's a third string running back. So, I don't know if Mike McDonald has been here long enough and done enough to go into boot camp mode, but with how sloppy and ugly and lackadaisical the effort was tonight from the Seahawks, I don't know what else you do. Like, between the terrible tackling, the lazy, like Baker was so slow. And I know this video is a little all over the place, but I'm just so confused right now. Like some of the plays, man, it just looks like they're going through the motions. I didn't see much effort out there. And here's the thing. I had so many comments last week from Seahawks fans trying to tell me that they didn't show up against the Giants because they were already preparing for the Niners. They were thinking about the Niners. Did you see anything out there today that told you that they were spending 2 weeks prepping for the Niners? Did you see anything that indicated they overlooked the Giants so they could focus on the Niners? I didn't see anything. This game was kind of interesting at the end because of a kick return touchdown, which is, I'm sorry, in the modern NFL, kick return touchdowns are fluky. They happen because the other team messes up more than anything else. I can't find but maybe one player on the offense that played well, and it was Noah Fant, who, I mean, there's only so much he can do to affect the game. I'm seeing all these penalties. A lot of them are focus and effort penalties. I'm seeing drops, missed tackles, terrible run fits from the linebackers, no pass rush. And I don't know how you don't lose 40-0. We didn't, so that was cool. But it's 23-3 with like 25 minutes left to go, right? It's 23-3. I counted us out at that point. So how happy am I going to be that we fought back in and ultimately still didn't get the dub? So, yeah, gotta do some soul searching. We do have a week and a half to figure this out, but I want to see some evidence that McDonald is the right guy. I want to see some reason to believe that McDonald will be the right guy eventually. I know he's not going to be able to prove it right now. It's too early, but I want to see some evidence. I want to see something like, D. Williams, you're gone. You're on the couch. You're on the bench. You're never playing for this team again. Turn in your jersey. Get out of here. You have one job on this team, and you're a complete disaster at it. I want to see a shakeup, maybe, on the interior offensive line. If you can't win battles against the Niners' interior line, you suck. And you're irredeemable. All right, stream a little bit later, I guess. I don't want to talk about this one much more than I already have, but I guess we got to. Thank you to BetUS for powering this video. Remember, always gamble responsibly. See you guys later. Go Hawks, but it's not good right now, guys. It's not good.